My fiancé announced, "Surprise, I'm already married, but don't worry, I'm getting divorced soon." I said, "That is a surprise." Then I discovered she was actually married to 3 different men in 3 different states, and I was going to be number 4. When all 4 of us in the FBI showed up at her bachelorette party. Original post. I, 38 male, thought I'd won the lottery when I met Natalie, 32. Beautiful, charming, successful real estate agent who traveled constantly for luxury property showings. We'd been together 18 months, engaged for 3. Wedding planned for next month. Deposits paid, venue booked, the works. 2 weeks ago, we were having dinner when she dropped it casually, like mentioning the weather. "Oh, by the way, there's something I should tell you before the wedding. I'm technically still married." I put down my fork. "Excuse me?" She waved her hand dismissively. "It's nothing. College mistake. We separated years ago. The divorce papers are processing. Should be done any day now." "You're currently married? And you're just telling me this now?" "Babe, it's not a big deal. We haven't spoken in forever. It's just paperwork." Something felt off. The way she wouldn't meet my eyes. How she changed the subject immediately. But what really got me was her laptop. She left it open the next morning while showering. I wasn't snooping initially, just wanted to check the weather, but there was an email notification preview. "Monthly payment received, Walter." Walter? Who the hell was Walter? I know, privacy and all that. But when your fiancé casually mentions she's married to someone else, red flags start waving. I clicked the email. It was a bank transfer confirmation. $3,500 from Walter Hutchinson. The memo line, "Monthly support as agreed." My stomach dropped. Support? As agreed? Started digging through her emails. Yeah, I'm that guy now. Found 3 separate email chains. 3 different men. All sending monthly payments. All addressing her with different last names. Walter Hutchinson, referring to her as Natalie Hutchinson, married 2019. Jerome Mills, calling her Nat Mills, married 2021. Dennis Chang, Natalie Chang, married 2022. Each email thread had discussions about their properties, joint investments, and disturbingly, when she'd have time to visit. My fiancé wasn't getting divorced from one husband. She had 3. In 3 different states. And based on our wedding plans, I was about to become number 4. I sat there for maybe 20 minutes, just staring at the screen. Then I did what any rational person would do. I took screenshots of everything, emailed them to myself, and called my buddy who's a paralegal. Hypothetically, I said, if someone was married to multiple people in different states, that would be bigamy, federal crime, very illegal. Cool. Update 1, 3 days later. After discovering Natalie's triple marriage situation, I needed more information. Couldn't just confront her without understanding what I was dealing with. So I did what any reasonable person would do. I turned detective. First, I ran some basic searches. Marriage records are public in most states. Found them. Natalie and Walter, married in Nevada, 2019. Natalie and Jerome, married in Florida, 2021. Natalie and Dennis, married in Texas, 2022. All legal marriages, all still active, no divorce filings anywhere. But here's where it gets wilder. I found her Instagram accounts. Plural, she had 4 different profiles. 1, the one I knew, our life together, engagement photos, wedding planning. 2, Nat Hutchinson, photos with Walter, business trips to Vegas, blessed wife 3. Natalie Mills 21, Jerome and her at beach resorts, living our best life. 4, Mrs. Chang, properties. Her and Dennis at various real estate events. Each account painted a different life. Different friend groups, different cities. The business trips she took every month. Visits to her other husbands. I was spiraling. Then I remembered. Her bachelorette party was this weekend. Her sister Jessica was organizing it. Big blowout at a rented mansion about 2 hours away. All her friends would be there. That's when I had an idea. Maybe the worst idea. Maybe the best. I found Walter Hutchinson on LinkedIn, CEO of a logistics company in Nevada. Sent him a message. "Hi Walter, this might sound strange, but I need to ask you about Natalie. Please call me." Within an hour my phone rang. "Who is this?" Walter's voice was cautious. "I'm Daniel. I'm engaged to Natalie. Getting married next month." Long silence. "That's impossible. I'm married to Natalie." "Yeah, about that. You're one of 3. Maybe 4 if she went through with our wedding." "What?" Spent the next hour on a conference call with Walter, then Jerome, investment banker in Miami, then Dennis, tech entrepreneur in Austin. Each thought they were her only husband. Each was sending her money monthly. Each believed the traveling was for her exclusive real estate clients. Jerome was the first to speak after we all absorbed the shock. We need to confront her. Dennis, ever the tech guy, I can track her phone. She shared her location with me. Walter, pure CEO energy. Gentlemen, I believe we need law enforcement involved. Me, her bachelorette party is this Saturday. The plan formed quickly. We'd all come, we'd bring evidence, and Walter, being the oldest marriage, would contact the FBI about interstate bigamy. Update 2, the bachelorette party Saturday arrived. The four of us met at a diner near the party venue. Seeing them in person was surreal. We were like the world's most depressing support group. Walter, 45, tall, graying, looked like he hadn't slept, brought a folder of financial records showing he'd given Natalie over $150 during their marriage. Jerome, 36, younger, fit, angry, had printed their entire text history. She'd been promising him kids once her career settled. Dennis, 29, youngest, looked devastated. He bought a house for them. She was on the deed. Me, holding our wedding contracts worth about $35 in deposits. Gentlemen, Walter said, Agent Martinez will meet us there at 9 p.m. Yeah. The FBI was coming to my fiancée's bachelorette party. We drove separately, parked down the street. The party was in full swing, could hear music blasting, saw fancy cars everywhere. Her sister had really gone all out. At 8:45 we walked up together. Dennis knocked. Jessica answered, already tipsy. Her face went from confused to shocked as she recognized me. Daniel? What are you doing here? This is girls only, and who are? We need to see Natalie, Walter said calmly. Excuse me, who are you? Her husband. That's impossible, Daniel's her. No, Jerome stepped forward, I'm her husband. Actually, Dennis raised his hand, legally, I'm also her husband. Jessica's mouth opened and closed like a fish. Then she slammed the door. We heard shouting inside. Music stopped. Then the door flew open and there was Natalie in a bride-to-be sash, looking absolutely furious. What the hell are you doing here? She focused on me. Daniel, what is this? Hi, honey, Walter said coldly. Surprise visit from your husband. Husbands, Jerome corrected. Plural. The color drained from her face. Behind her, about 15 women were peering around the corner, including her mom, Gloria. This isn't, you can't just... Natalie, Dennis said quietly, we know everything. That's when the black SUV pulled up. Agent Martinez stepped out, badge visible. Natalie tried to run, in heels, in a bride-to-be sash. She made it about 10 feet before tripping on the gravel driveway. Update 3, the aftermath. The next hour was absolute chaos. Agent Martinez took control of the scene, while Natalie sobbed on the ground, mascara running everywhere. Her mom, Gloria, went full mama bear. Don't you dare arrest my baby. This is entrapment, harassment. Ma'am, Agent Martinez said calmly, bigamy across state lines is a federal offense. This is a legitimate investigation. Jessica turned on me. You brought the FBI to her bachelorette party? What kind of monster are you? The kind that doesn't want to be husband number 4 to a serial bigamist, I shot back. The other women at the party were recording everything, phones everywhere. Someone was definitely live streaming because comments were already popping up. Natalie finally stood up, grass stains on her white dress. She looked at all four of us, mascara streaking her face. I can explain, she started. Please do, Walter said, arms crossed. It started as a mistake. Walter, we were young and stupid in Vegas. We've been married 5 years, Walter interrupted. You visit monthly. I pay for your mother's condo. Gloria went pale. What? Mom, Jerome stepped forward. What about our wedding in Miami, the one your parents attended? Now Gloria looked confused. We've never been to Miami. Different parents, Dennis said quietly. She introduced me to an older couple in Houston, said you were dead. Gloria gasped. Dead? Turns out Natalie had hired actors to play her parents for Jerome and Dennis. The real estate business? Mostly fake. She had a license but barely sold anything. Her income was the combined support from 3 husbands. Agent Martinez finally stepped in. Miss Williams. Hutchinson. Walter corrected. Mills, said Jerome. Change, added Dennis. Whatever her name is, the agent continued, you're under arrest for federal bigamy charges. As they cuffed her, Natalie looked at me with tears in her eyes. Daniel, baby, I love you. The others were just, "Stop," I said. "Just stop." Her friends were still recording as she got put in the SUV. Jessica screaming about lawsuits, Gloria crying about not understanding how this happened. The four of us stood in the driveway watching the SUV disappear. "Drinks?" Walter suggested. "God, yes," we all said in unison. Update 4. The deluge. The video went viral overnight. Bride-to-be arrested at bachelorette party for having 3 secret husbands was trending. My phone exploded, reporters calling, my mom crying, my boss asking if I needed time off. But the real entertainment started Monday. Natalie made bail. Gloria put up her house and immediately went on the offensive. First, she called me 43 times, left voicemails ranging from, "Baby, please let me explain. This is all a misunderstanding. You're overreacting. I never meant to hurt you. The others meant nothing. How dare you ruin my life." Then came the social media post. Oh, this was rich. She posted a Notes app screenshot. "I've been victimized by bitter men who can't handle a strong, independent woman. Yes, I made mistakes in not properly ending previous relationships, but I was young and scared. These men stalked me to my private party and had me arrested to humiliate me. This is about control and abuse." The comments were brutal, half calling her a sociopath, half somehow buying her victim narrative. Her mom, Gloria, went on local news, actually went on TV claiming I was a vindictive ex who orchestrated this whole thing because Natalie broke up with him. "Lady, your daughter was literally married to 3 other people." Jessica started harassing all of us on social media, creating fake accounts to message us about being woman haters and conspiring to destroy an innocent woman. She even tried to get Jerome fired by calling his investment firm, claiming he was dangerous. Thankfully, his boss knew the whole story and told her to pound sand. Then came the legal letters. Natalie's lawyer sent demand letters to all 4 of us for emotional distress, defamation, loss of income, conspiracy to harass. Walter's response was beautiful. His lawyer sent back copies of the bigamy laws, their marriage certificate, bank records of payments, a countersuit for fraud totaling $150. The other husbands followed suit. Jerome wanted his $89 back. Dennis wanted her name off the house deed and his $200K returned. Me, I just wanted my wedding deposits back. Except, the venues wouldn't refund because it was within 30 days. The caterer kept half. The photographer kept the entire deposit. All told, I was out about $20. So I did something petty. I kept the honeymoon tickets. First-class flights to Bora Bora, Overwater Bungalow, the works. Non-refundable, but transferable. Took my brother instead. Posted photos of us drinking Mai Tais with Tahash to dodge a bullet. Natalie saw them and posted a rant about me stealing what was supposed to be our magical moment. Lady, you had 3 other magical moments you were juggling. Update 5. The Reckoning. The federal case moved faster than expected. Turns out the FBI had been building evidence beyond just our situation. Natalie had been flagged for suspicious tax filings. She'd been filing as single in her state while receiving gifts from multiple sources. Tax evasion on top of bigamy. But before the trial, more bombs dropped. Dennis did some digging, tech guys, am I right, and found another marriage. Natalie had a brief marriage at 19 to someone named Ricky in her hometown. Never divorced. Still technically valid. That made 4 illegal marriages. Ricky, now 35, was shocked when contacted. He thought they'd gotten divorced years ago. Natalie had told him she filed the papers. She hadn't. He'd remarried, meaning he was technically guilty of bigamy too, though unknowingly. His current wife was not pleased. Then Jerome's investigation turned up something else. The luxury properties Natalie supposedly sold? She'd been using photos from other agents' listings, creating fake sale announcements, building a whole false persona as a super successful agent. Her broker's license was real, but she'd sold exactly 2 properties in 5 years. Both mobile homes. The actual trial was almost anticlimactic. Natalie tried to play victim right until the end. Showed up in conservative clothes, hair in a bun, looking like a Sunday school teacher. Her lawyer argued she was confused about the legal requirements and believed each marriage was invalid due to fraud. The prosecutor's response: she collected over $400,000 from 4 different men while maintaining separate lives with each. This wasn't confusion, it was a criminal enterprise. The judge wasn't buying her act either. Federal bigamy charges, tax evasion, wire fraud, the fake property sales crossed state lines. Sentence: 3 years federal prison, 5 years probation, restitution to all victims. Gloria fainted in the courtroom. Jessica called us all monsters and had to be escorted out. Natalie's final statement to the court: these men conspired to destroy me because they couldn't handle sharing my love. Sharing her love. Even the judge looked incredulous. Final update: it's been 6 months since Natalie reported to federal prison. The 4-5, including Ricky, ex-husbands, have a group chat now. We call ourselves the Natalie Survivors Club. Walter sends memes about polygamy. Jerome shares dating horror stories. Dennis rebuilt his life and met someone new. Ricky fixed his marriage after a lot of counseling. Me? I'm okay. The financial hit sucked, but I've recovered. Started dating recently, very cautiously. I joke that I now require background checks and marriage record searches, but honestly, I kinda do. The wedding vendors felt bad after the story went viral. The venue gave me a partial credit for a future event. The photographer offered a free portrait session. I used it for new LinkedIn headshots. Silver linings. Natalie's mom, Gloria, still sends me nasty messages occasionally. Stuff about ruining her daughter's life, being heartless, the usual. I don't respond. Jessica tried to sue me for intentional infliction of emotional distress for ruining the bachelorette party. It was dismissed immediately. Got a letter from Natalie last month from federal prison. She wanted me to know she's found faith and forgives me for my betrayal. She also asked if I could put money in her commissary account because the food is terrible and you know how sensitive my stomach is. The absolute audacity. I sent the letter to the ex-husband group chat. Walter responded with a gif of someone throwing papers in the air. Jerome said, she asked me to. Dennis just said laughing emojis. Ricky said his wife wanted to frame it as evidence that crazy exists. Here's what I learned. When someone tells you who they are through their actions, believe them. When your gut says something's off, listen. And when you find out your fiancé is married to 3 other people, definitely call the FBI. To anyone reading this who's been gaslit into thinking they're paranoid or controlling for having legitimate concerns, trust your instincts. You're not crazy. Sometimes people really are living double or quadruple lives. And Natalie, if you're somehow reading this from federal prison, no, I'm not putting money in your commissary. Maybe ask one of your other husbands. Oh wait. Peace out, Reddit. Thanks for following this absolutely insane journey. I'm gonna go live my boring, monogamous life now. My fiancé announced, the wedding is off unless you double the budget. I said, you're right, it's off. Then I used the wedding fund to buy Bitcoin. When it tripled 6 months later, her mother called begging me to reconsider. I, 29 male, was supposed to marry Brooke, 27, this past June. We'd been together for 4 years, engaged for 1. Everything seemed perfect until she discovered Pinterest and wedding influencers. Our original budget was $25 Qley. I'd saved $15 over 3 years, and my parents contributed $10 as their wedding gift. Pretty reasonable for a nice venue, good food, and about 100 guests. That was the plan we agreed on when I proposed. Then February happened. Brooke came home from her friend Carly's wedding with a whole new attitude. Suddenly, our intimate garden wedding was embarrassing and basically poverty. Derek, we need to talk about the wedding. I was assembling IKEA furniture, already frustrated. What about it? Carly's wedding cost $70 and it was perfect. The flowers alone were $8K. Our entire flower budget is $1,500. People will compare. People who? Everyone. My sorority sisters, my coworkers, your family. My family doesn't care about flower arrangements. She rolled her eyes. That's because they don't understand class. Look, I've been thinking. We need to double the budget, minimum. I literally dropped the Allen wrench. Double? To $50K? Where's that money coming from? You could take out a loan, or ask your brother, he just bought that huge house. My brother bought that house after working 80-hour weeks for 5 years. But sure, let me ask him to fund your princess fantasy. Brooke, we agreed on $25. That's already a lot. It's really not. Do you know what the average wedding costs now? $35. Average. We're below average. Is that what you think I'm worth? Below average? I saw where this was going. The budget stays at $25K. She stood up, hands on hips. Then the wedding is off until you can afford to give me what I deserve. I looked at her for a long moment. Really looked at her. This wasn't about flowers or venues. This was about competing with her friends, about Instagram posts, about showing off. You're right, I said. The wedding is off. Her face went through like 5 different expressions. Wait, what? You said it's off unless I double the budget. I'm not doubling the budget, so it's off. Derek, don't be dramatic. I didn't mean, you literally just said it's off. I'm agreeing with you. She started crying, but not sad tears. Angry tears. You're really gonna throw away 4 years over money? Apparently you are. She stormed out, went straight to her mom Gloria's house. Within an hour, my phone was blowing up. Gloria, Derek, what did you do to my baby? Brooke's sister Tiffany, are seriously canceling the wedding over $25K? Cheap ass. Carly, the $70K wedding friend. Wow, Derek, way to show our true colors. Brooke deserves better. I turned off my phone and did something impulsive. Opened my laptop, logged into Coinbase, and bought $25K worth of Bitcoin. All of it. The entire wedding fund. Why? Honestly, pure spite. But also, I figured if I was going to be single, might as well take a risk. Bitcoin was at around $28 per coin at the time. Everyone said it was stupid. My buddy Jake called me insane. Brooke came back 3 days later with Gloria. Derek, we need to discuss this like adults, Gloria said, sitting on my couch uninvited. Nothing to discuss. Brooke ended our engagement. I accepted. She didn't end anything, Gloria snapped. She made a reasonable request. Modern weddings are a scam. I'm not going into debt for a party. Brooke pulled out her phone. I already posted that we're postponing until you get your finances together. You should post that it's canceled entirely, and you should probably move your stuff out. The look on her face, like I'd slapped her with a fish. You're kicking me out? We're not engaged anymore. Why would you live here? Because I have nowhere to go. I can't afford rent on my own. Should have thought about that before ultimatums. Gloria went nuclear. You little piece of garbage, after everything my daughter gave you. What exactly did she give me? Half the rent? Sometimes? When she wasn't spending it on CrossFit? They left, but not before Brooke grabbed some things, and Gloria threatened to sue me for emotional damages. Good luck with that. Update 1, so Bitcoin hit $35K. My $25 was now worth about $31. Not life-changing, but satisfying. I hadn't told anyone except Jake. Meanwhile, Brooke had launched a full social media campaign, posted old photos of us with captions like, "Sometimes love isn't enough when someone values money over your happiness. And know your worth, ladies." Her friends ate it up. Comments about how I was financially abusive and manipulative. One particularly creative person said I probably had small dick energy. Then Brooke started dating Todd, some CrossFit coach who looked like he ate testosterone for breakfast. She made sure to post lots of photos, him carrying her on his shoulders, them at expensive restaurants. Upgrade kind of love, know your worth. Whatever. I was focused on work and watching my Bitcoin. Then I got an interesting call from our former venue. Mr. Derek? This is Patricia from Rosewood Gardens. I'm calling about your deposit. Oh right, can you process the refund? Actually, there's an issue. A Miss Brooke called saying she's still planning the wedding and wants to change the date, but she needs access to the deposit. We're not together anymore. Please process the refund to my card. I'll need that in writing. Also, she was quite aggressive with our staff. We've actually banned her from the property. Apparently, Brooke had shown up demanding they transfer everything to a new date with Todd as the groom. When they said they needed my authorization, she'd thrown a spectacular fit, called them worthless service workers, and threatened to leave bad reviews everywhere. They refunded my $3K deposit immediately. But Brooke wasn't done. She started telling people I'd stolen her wedding money, that she'd contributed equally, she'd contributed exactly dollars, that I was holding her inheritance hostage. The inheritance part was especially creative since the only thing she'd inherited from her grandpa was a 1997 Honda Civic with no AC. Then came the extinction burst. Wait, no, that's too predictable. Let me call it what it was, the meltdown. Brooke convinced Todd to confront me at my gym, not my regular gym. I'd switched after we broke up, but somehow she found out where. I was mid-bench press when this roided out dude appeared. You Derek? Kinda busy here, man. I'm Todd, Brooke's boyfriend. I re-racked the weight. Congratulations? You need to give her back her money. What money? The wedding money. She says you stole 30 grand from her. I actually laughed. 30? It was 25, and it was never hers. Don't play games, bro. Be a man and give her what's hers. Tell you what, Todd, show me one receipt, one bank transfer, one piece of evidence she contributed to that fund, and I'll give her every penny. He stood there, probably trying to figure out if he could bench press me through the wall. She doesn't have receipts, but because she never contributed. Anything else? He tried to step closer, intimidate me. A staff member appeared immediately. Everything okay here? This guy's harassing me, I said calmly. He's demanding money his girlfriend claims I owe her. Todd got escorted out, banned from that gym too. Brooke was really building a reputation. Update 2, Bitcoin crashed to 22K. My 25K was now worth about 19.5K. Not great, not terrible, I held. Brooke and Todd's relationship imploded. Turns out Mr. Testosterone was also giving private training sessions to 3 other women, very private, very naked. Brooke showed up at my apartment at 11 p.m. on a Wednesday, drunk. Derek, I know you're in there. I called the cops, told them my ex was outside drunk and I was concerned for her safety. They took her home to Gloria's, but not before she'd thrown up in my building's lobby. The building manager was thrilled. Next morning, Gloria called from a number I didn't recognize. You called the police on Brooke? She was drunk and trespassing. She was trying to apologize. At 11 p.m.? Drunk? Screaming? You ruined her life. She could have had Todd, but she was hung up on you. Todd, who was cheating on her. That's not. How did you? She needed closure. She got closure when she ended our engagement over flower budgets. Gloria's next move was fascinating. She called my mom. My mom, bless her, is not one to mess with. Former Marine, current no nonsense. Mom called me. Gloria just spent 40 minutes crying about how you're ruining Brooke's life. Want me to handle this? What did you say? That Brooke made her choice and choices have consequences. Then Gloria called me a bitter old woman who raised a failure. Oh no. Oh yes, I've got her number now, and her Facebook, and her husband's work email. Mom, please don't. Already done. Sent Harold their whole family's Instagram history. All those posts about you being cheap and abusive. He wasn't aware his wife and daughter were harassing my son online. Harold, Gloria's husband, was apparently not aware of any of this. He'd been traveling for work, thought the wedding was postponed for compatibility evaluation or something. He was not happy. Update 3. Bitcoin hit 52K. My 25K investment, now worth approximately $46. I woke up to 18 missed calls from Gloria, not Brooke. Gloria. The voicemails were something. Derek, sweetheart, it's Gloria. I think we got off on the wrong foot. Derek, please call me back. Brooke is devastated. Derek, we heard about your investment success. Congratulations. Brooke would love to celebrate with you. Derek, you selfish prick, call me back. Then Brooke started texting from different numbers. Hey, heard you did well with crypto. Good for you. We should talk. I've grown a lot. I always believed in us. The wedding stuff was just stress. Please? One coffee? I know you're reading these. Todd meant nothing. You won. Are you happy? I'm miserable. My therapist says I was wrong. I know about the Bitcoin, Derek. How did they know? Jake's girlfriend Bailey worked with Brooke's friend Qley. Jake mentioned it to Bailey. Bailey mentioned it to Qley. Qley immediately called Brooke. The campaign began immediately. First, Brooke created a whole Instagram post about the one who got away with our old photos. Tagged me in it. Her caption was a masterpiece of manipulation. Sometimes you don't realize what you have until it's gone. Derek, you were right about everything. I let material things cloud my judgment. You tried to build a future while I was planning a party. Please forgive me. Second chances, growth mindset, love wins. The comments were hilarious. Get him back, girl. He doesn't deserve you, queen. Men like that don't exist anymore. Then came the ambush. I was at Whole Foods when Brooke appeared in the cereal aisle. Full makeup, sundress, looking like she'd stepped out of a rom-com. Derek, what are the odds? Pretty high since you follow my Instagram and I posted about needing groceries. She laughed nervously. Okay, you got me. I needed to see you. Why? Because I made the biggest mistake of my life. An older woman stopped to watch. Brooke knew she had an audience. I was stupid and shallow, and I lost the best thing that ever happened to me. The best thing that ever happened to you is currently worth $46. The older woman gasped. Brooke's face cracked for just a second. I don't care about the money. Really? Then you won't mind that I'm planning to hold it long term. Maybe 5 years. Could be worth nothing by then. I don't care. I want you. No thanks. I left her there. The older woman said something to her, but I didn't catch it. That night, Gloria showed up. With Harold and a bottle of wine. We come in peace, Harold said, looking exhausted. I didn't let them in, but I stood in my doorway. Gloria launched into a speech. Derek, I've been a terrible future mother-in-law. I pushed Brooke to want things that didn't matter. I filled her head with nonsense about fairy tale weddings. It's my fault, but you two are meant to be together. We're really not. Harold finally spoke. Cut the crap, Gloria. Derek, she wants the Bitcoin money. She's calculated that if you got married, she'd be entitled to half in a divorce. Her sister's boyfriend is a paralegal and gave her the idea. Gloria turned red. Harold, what? Kid deserves the truth. They think if they can get you back for just a few months, get married quick, she can divorce you and take half. I looked at Gloria. Is that true? She couldn't even look at me. It's not. We just thought. Get the hell away from my home. Harold dragged her away. Sorry, kid. I tried to talk sense into them. Good luck. Update 4. Bitcoin dipped to 48K, but I held. Still way up from my initial investment. Brooke's plan had failed, but she wasn't done. She started a GoFundMe. I kid you not. The title, Help Me Rebuild After Financial Abuse. The description claimed I'd manipulated her into giving up her life savings for a wedding, then stole it all to gamble on cryptocurrency. She raised $73 from 3 people. One was her mom. But here's where it gets interesting. Remember how I said Brooke was bad with money? Turns out she owed quite a bit in credit card debt. Like $18, quite a bit. Gloria had been making minimum payments for her. When Harold found out about the GoFundMe, he cut them both off. Completely. No more credit card payments, no more phone plan, no more car insurance. Brooke had to move back in with them and get a second job at Target. She lasted 3 days before quitting because working retail is beneath me. Then Tiffany, Brooke's sister, reached out to me privately. Derek, I'm sorry about all this. Brooke's lost it. She keeps saying you two are destined and the universe will bring you back together. That's concerning. It gets worse. She's been driving by your place. She knows your schedule. She's convinced you're dating someone because you posted a photo at a restaurant and there were 2 plates. The photo was me and Jake celebrating a work promotion. But okay. Thanks for the heads up. There's more. She applied for a loan to invest in crypto because if Derek can do it, it must be easy. She got denied and blamed you for gatekeeping financial information. I installed a security camera the next day. Good thing too. Caught Brooke trying to stick something under my door at 3 a.m. It was a 10-page letter about our cosmic connection and how she'd consulted a psychic who said we were twin flames. The psychic cost $300, money she borrowed from Qley. Speaking of Qley, she called me from Brooke's phone. Derek, Brooke needs closure. She got closure when she ended things. No, real closure. She can't move on. That's not my problem. Wow, you really are cold. She was right about you. I thought she said I was her twin flame? That's what I thought. The call stopped for about a week. Then I got a LinkedIn message from Brooke's dad, Harold. Kid, thought you should know. Gloria and Brooke are planning something. Overheard them talking about your company's HR department. Be careful. Sure enough, 2 days later I got called into HR. Derek, we received a complaint about you harassing a former partner. My stomach dropped. What? A Miss Brooke submitted screenshots of texts she claims are from you. They showed me the texts, completely fabricated. Stuff like, you'll never find anyone better than me, and I own you, and other psycho crap I'd never write. These are fake. I haven't contacted Brooke since we broke up. Check the phone numbers. They did. The numbers didn't match mine. HR dismissed it immediately, but documented everything in case she escalated. She did. Next, she contacted 3 of my exes, found them through Facebook, told them I was dangerous and financially manipulative, and tried to get them to make complaints. All 3 contacted me immediately. My ex Rachel actually sent me screenshots of Brooke offering her $500 to share her story about me. Rachel's response, Derek's the most boring, stable guy I know. We broke up because he wanted to stay in and play board games every Friday. Try again. Thanks, I think. Final update. Bitcoin hit $51. Hey, I sold half my position, walked away with $23 in profit after taxes, kept the rest riding, used some of the profit to pay off my car, put the rest in boring index funds, like the boring, stable guy I am. Then the news broke. Brooke had started dating someone new, Roger, a 58-year-old divorced dentist she met at her temp job at a dental office. But here's the kicker. She told him she was 23, and that she was a social media consultant, taking a break from her exhausting career, and that she'd never been engaged before. Roger was smitten, started talking about marriage after 3 weeks. Brooke was posting about her mature king and how age is just a number when souls connect. Gloria was thrilled, posted constantly about how Brooke had found a real provider and someone who knows her worth. Then Roger's adult daughter found Brooke's old Instagram posts, all of them. The ones about me. The wedding planning. The whole timeline of crazy. She hired a private investigator, found out about the debt, the failed manipulation attempts, even the fake HR complaint. Roger dumped Brooke at Olive Garden. During the unlimited breadsticks, our mutual friend Amy was their server and heard everything. Brooke threw breadsticks at him. Got banned from Olive Garden. The breadstick incident became legendary in our friend group. Gloria called me one last time. I hope you're happy. You've ruined my daughter's life. Gloria, I haven't spoken to Brooke in months. How is this my fault? If you just married her, she'd have divorced me for half my assets. Harold told me the plan. Silence. She's destroyed her reputation, Derek. No one will date her. Maybe she should work on herself instead of trying to trap men into marriage. You put ideas in her head about money. I literally tried to have a reasonable $25 wedding. She's the one who demanded double. That Bitcoin money should have been your wedding. It was my money, from my savings, for a wedding she canceled. She hung up. Last I heard, Brooke's working at a call center, still living with her parents. Gloria and Harold are in marriage counseling. Tiffany won't speak to any of them. The CrossFit gym banned her for harassing Todd's new girlfriend. Roger is dating someone age-appropriate. Carly never got her $300 back. As for me, I'm good. Still holding some Bitcoin. Still boring and stable. Started dating Amber, a software engineer who thinks expensive weddings are stupid and wants to elope in Vegas, ironically. My mom sent Gloria a Christmas card with a photo of me looking happy. Petty? Yes. Do I care? No. To everyone saying I should have just given Brooke another chance? Why? She showed me who she really was. When someone tells you they value Instagram photos over your financial future, believe them. To those saying I'm the villain, I kept my own money and refused to be manipulated. If that makes me evil, I'll wear the badge proudly. And to Brooke, since I know you're still stalking my socials, Bitcoin's at 60K now. My remaining position is doing great. How's Roger? Oh wait. Edit. Stop asking for Brooke's Instagram. Let's not go there. Edit 2. To the person who found the Olive Garden incident on TikTok and sent it to me, you're a legend. Roger really did duck when the breadsticks started flying. Edit 3. Harold reached out to apologize for everything. We actually grab beers sometimes now. He's a good dude stuck in a bad situation. He's secretly proud I didn't cave to their demands. My fiancée bragged, I can replace you in 24 hours. During an argument, I said, prove it. Then I moved out that night and started dating her untouchable model friend who'd been secretly in love with me. Her 24 hours turned into 24 months of desperate dating app failures. I, 29 male, was washing dishes last Wednesday when my fiancée Kelsey, 27, decided to drop the most arrogant statement I'd ever heard in our 3-year relationship. We were arguing about her spending $1,200 on a designer bag when we were supposed to be saving for the wedding. Normal couple stuff, right? Wrong. She slammed her fresh manicure on the counter and said, You know what, Ethan? I could replace you in 24 hours. Literally. There are guys lined up waiting for me to be single. You should be grateful I even chose you. I stopped washing, turned off the water, dried my hands slowly. Prove it, I said. She laughed. That specific mean girl laugh she did when she thought she'd won. What? You said 24 hours. Prove it. We're done. Clock starts now. I checked my phone. 7:23 p.m. Wednesday. Her face went through about 6 different expressions: confusion, amusement, anger, then this smug confidence that made my decision even easier. "You're bluffing," she said. "You wouldn't leave me. You can't even match your socks without me." I walked to our bedroom and started packing. She followed, listing all the reasons I'd fail without her. "You don't even know the Netflix password. Your mom likes me more than you. Good luck finding someone who looks like me. I'm the one who got you that promotion. You're literally nothing without me." That last one made me pause. Not because it hurt, but because I realized she actually believed it. I finished packing in under an hour. 3 years, and everything I cared about fit in 2 suitcases and a backpack. While Kelsey ranted, I texted my buddy Jerome asking if I could crash at his place. But here's where it gets interesting. As I was leaving, my phone buzzed. It was Adrienne, Kelsey's best friend. The one Kelsey always called her untouchable model friend because she was too pretty for regular guys and only dates millionaires and athletes. "Adrienne, heard you're single now. Kelsey's already posting about it. You okay?" "Yeah, heading to Jerome's. She gave me 24 hours to be replaced, so..." "Adrienne, come to mine instead. We need to talk." Now, Adrienne and I had always been cool. She was actually the one who introduced us 3 years ago at her birthday party. But Kelsey had made it very clear that Adrienne was off limits to even be friends with. Red flag I ignored, obviously. I showed up at Adrienne's apartment at 9 p.m. She opened the door in sweats and a messy bun, looking nothing like the Instagram model Kelsey always showed off. "Before you say anything," she started, "I need to tell you something I should have said 2 years ago." She pulled out her phone and showed me a text thread with Kelsey from 2022. My stomach dropped. "Kelsey, Ethan's getting too comfortable, thinking about monkey branching to that lawyer guy from my Pilates class." "Adrienne, that's messed up. Ethan's a good guy." "Kelsey, good doesn't pay for Mykonos trips, babes, but he's stable enough until I find better. Plus his credit score is perfect. Already added myself to his Amex as authorized user, lol." There were dozens more. Plans to upgrade me, jokes about my salary, screenshots of her Hinge profile that she'd kept active but hidden, messages about some dude named Tanner she was keeping warm as backup. "Why didn't you tell me?" I asked. Adrienne looked genuinely pained. "I tried. Remember that dinner where I kept saying you deserved someone who appreciated you? Kelsey threatened to tell everyone I used to escort in college if I said anything explicit. It's not true, but she had fake evidence she'd created. Then she said something that changed everything. I've been in love with you since that birthday party. But I introduced you to her instead because I thought she'd be better for you. God, I'm an idiot." Update 1, boys. The 24-hour deadline passed, and oh boy. First, let me address what happened with Adrienne. We didn't immediately jump into anything. She let me crash in her guest room. We talked until 4 a.m. about everything. She showed me 3 years of her private journal entries, with her permission, about watching me be with Kelsey. It was heartbreaking and beautiful at the same time. But the real entertainment was Kelsey's replacement speedrun. Hour 1 to 3, she posted a thirst trap on Instagram. Single and ready to mingle, taking applications. Got 200 plus likes and about 50 DMs from dudes. Hour 4 to 6, posted on her story at 3 different bars. Where are all the real men at? The videos got progressively sloppier. Hour 7:12, matched with 30 plus guys on dating apps. Posted screenshots bragging about her options. Adrienne was screenshotting everything and sending them to me. We weren't laughing though, it was actually sad. Hour 13 to 16, brought some guy named Kyle home. He looked like he sold protein powder out of his truck. Posted a story of his back with "upgrade already." Hour 17 to 20, Kyle left. Kelsey posted and deleted a crying selfie. Then posted "know your worth, ladies." Hour 21 to 24, full panic mode. Started texting me from 3 different numbers. I kept blocking them. The messages went from "I win, I replaced you" to "can we talk" to "this isn't what I meant." The 24 hours ended at 7:23 p.m. Thursday. At 7:24 p.m., Adrienne posted a photo of us having dinner. Nothing romantic, just 2 friends eating sushi. Caption, "good company." My phone exploded. Kelsey called Adrienne immediately, screaming. Adrienne put it on speaker. "You backstabbing whore, he's mine." "You literally dumped him, Kels. Also, we're just having dinner." I didn't dump him. It was a fight, and you know the girl code. Girl code doesn't apply when you treat people like disposable objects. Qley hung up and immediately started a smear campaign. Posted that Adrian had been stalking me and sabotaging our relationship, tagged all their mutual friends, made a whole Instagram highlight called Betrayal. Then came the text to me. Your little rebound won't last. Adrian only wants you to get back at me. She's been with half the city. I was testing you and you failed. My mom already bought her mother of the groom dress. You have 48 hours to apologize or I'm keeping the ring. About that ring, I'd bought it but hadn't proposed yet. It was in my apartment. We didn't live together yet. Thank God. But the best part was her mom, Diane, calling me. Ethan, sweetheart, what's this about you abandoning my daughter? She said she could replace me in 24 hours, Diane. I took her at her word. That's just how she expresses anxiety. You know she didn't mean it. She posted herself with another man's back on Instagram. She's grieving. Take her back. No, you'll never find another girl like her. That's literally the point. She hung up on me. Update 2, Qley went nuclear. First, she tried to get me fired. Called my company claiming I'd been stealing company time for dates and harassing female employees. Problem? I work from home and my boss is my cousin Rick, who's known me since I was 5. Rick called me laughing so hard he couldn't breathe. Bro, she said you were, hold on, creating a hostile work environment with your toxic masculinity. You haven't even been to the office in 6 months. Then she tried the sympathy route, posted that she was healing from narcissistic abuse, and started a whole series about recognizing emotional manipulation. Her friend Brittany even started a podcast episode about it. They didn't use my name, but said certain people show their true colors when rejected. Meanwhile, Adrian and I were actually falling for each other. Not the rebound nonsense Qley claimed. Real, actual feelings. We'd go on walks, she'd teach me about her photography work, I'd cook for her. Turns out I'm pretty good when someone's not criticizing every move, but we kept it completely platonic for those 2 weeks. Just friends. Until the night Qley showed up at Adrian's building. It was 11 p.m. Security called up saying there was a distressed woman claiming her stolen property was in Adrian's apartment. We looked at the camera. Qley, mascara running, holding a box. Adrian told security not to let her up, but Qley started screaming in the lobby about how we were holding her grandmother's ashes hostage. Her grandmother is very much alive in Florida. Security asked her to leave. She refused. They called the cops. While waiting for police, she went on Instagram Live in the lobby. I'm here trying to get my belongings from my best friend who stole my fiancé and they're calling the cops on me. About 200 people were watching, including her and her mom, who kept commenting, "Stay strong, baby." The cops arrived, asked her what belongings were being kept from her. She said, her emotional support, hair straightener, a hoodie that was basically hers, 3 years of memories, her future. The officer looked exhausted. Ma'am, do you have any actual property in that apartment? My fiancé, is he being held against his will? He's being manipulated. They made her leave. She tried to refuse. They warned her about trespassing. She called them fascists. They escorted her out. The Instagram Live was still going. Everyone saw her get put in the back of the cop car. Not arrested, just removed from property. She was scream-crying about injustice and homewreckers. The best comment was from someone named Tyler. Didn't you say you could replace him in 24 hours? It's been 2 weeks, sis. She blocked him on Live. While in the cop car. Update 3. So Qley found out about the ring. My ex-roommate Brad, we'd lived together before I got my own place, ran into her at a coffee shop. She did her whole victim performance and Brad, sweet idiot that he is, mentioned I'd been planning to propose before the breakup. She lost her mind. Started telling everyone I'd stolen her engagement and owed her a wedding. Posted a GoFundMe. Wait, no. She posted on her story asking for donations to heal from stolen dreams. Her Venmo and Cash App handles. People actually sent money, like $300. Her friend group started planning a revenge wedding where she'd marry herself to reclaim her power. I'm not joking. There were invitations, a registry, everything. But then karma came in like a wrecking ball. Remember Kyle? The protein powder guy from her 24-hour replacement attempt? Turns out he was married. His wife Jessica found the Instagram posts. Jessica was creative. She didn't just confront Qley. She signed her up for every MLM presentation in a 50-mile radius. Qley's phone and email got flooded with opportunities for essential oils, leggings, supplements, and financial freedom. But Jessica wasn't done. She found out where Qley worked, marketing firm, and sent them the screenshots of Qley's posts during work hours. All the thirst traps time-stamped at 2 p.m. on workdays, the live videos from the lobby incident, the seeking donations posts. Qley got put on a performance improvement plan. Meanwhile, Adrienne and I made it official. We didn't announce it or anything, just quietly became a couple. But Qley's other model friend, Simone, saw us at a farmer's market holding hands and immediately reported back. Qley's response was to create a 42-slide PowerPoint about why Adrienne was a toxic friend and send it to their entire friend group. It included screenshots from 2019, 5 years ago, where Adrienne said Qley's haircut wasn't flattering. A chart of every time Adrienne betrayed her included things like, didn't heart my Instagram post fast enough. A timeline suggesting Adrienne had been planning to steal me since day one. Badly photoshopped evidence of Adrienne with random men. A slide titled, Why I'm Actually the Victim Here, with 15 bullet points. Most people laughed, but her mom Diane shared it on Facebook with the truth about fake friends. The PowerPoint backfired when someone noticed she'd admitted to lying about several things, including claiming she made more money than she did, saying I was bad in bed to make her side pieces feel special, lying about having a trust fund, creating a fake recommendation letter for her job. Her company saw the PowerPoint. The performance improvement plan became a termination notice. Update 4. 6 months later. I need y'all to understand the level of delusion we're dealing with. Qley started a YouTube channel called Thriving After Betrayal, where she gave relationship advice. The first video was how to spot a future cheater, where she described herself, like literally described her own behaviors but attributed them to me. The comments were brutal. Girl, you said you could replace him in 24 hours. This is the same woman from that lobby video? Sis is giving emotional damage. The projection is IMAX level. She deleted comments for 3 days straight, then turned them off. Her self-marriage happened. 12 people showed up, including her mom, her sister, and a bunch of people who just wanted to witness the train wreck. She wore a $3,000 dress she couldn't afford, made vows to herself about never settling for less than she deserves, had a first dance, alone, to thank you next. The DJ, her cousin, posted the whole thing on TikTok. It went viral for all the wrong reasons. Someone added the Curb Your Enthusiasm theme. Another person duetted it with footage of the Titanic sinking. The internet is ruthless. But here's the thing. She still couldn't replace me. Every guy she dated lasted max 2 weeks. Her Instagram became a graveyard of deleted couple photos. She'd post them with captions like, finally found my king, then delete them days later. There was Marcus the crypto bro who turned out to be 50 Qley in debt, Alejandro who she caught DMing her sister, Keith who brought his mom on their third date, some dude named Phoenix who only spoke in motivational quotes, a 22-year-old TikToker who called her auntie during sex. Meanwhile, Adrienne and I moved in together, got a cat named Dumpling, started a little herb garden on the balcony. Normal, boring, beautiful couple stuff. Qley found out about us living together through LinkedIn of all places. Adrienne updated her address for some professional thing. The meltdown was spectacular. She emailed my mother. A 6-page email about how I was ruining my future and making a mistake, and how she was willing to forgive me if I came back. My mom forwarded it to me with just, this girl needs therapy. Also, bring Adrienne to Sunday dinner. Love you. Final update. Exactly 24 months after Qley said she could replace me, in 24 hours, she texted me from her 17th new number. I know you'll read this. I'm getting married next month, to a surgeon, who drives a Tesla, and has a house in the hills. I won. Just thought you should know. I didn't respond, but I was curious. Did some digging. The surgeon? A first-year medical student named Dennis. The Tesla? A 2015 Model S with 100K miles. The house in the hills? His parents' pool house. But honestly, good for her if she's happy. What she doesn't know is that Adrian and I got engaged 2 weeks ago. Real engaged, with a ring and everything. A simple proposal at the farmer's market where we had our first real date. We didn't post about it, didn't make announcements, just told our families and close friends, living our life without the performance. Her mom Diane found out through the grapevine and called me yesterday. Not to congratulate us, but to ask if we'd consider a double wedding to save money. I laughed so hard I dropped my phone. Diane, your daughter said she could replace me in 24 hours. It's been 24 months. People make mistakes, Ethan. This isn't a mistake, this is consequences. She hung up, but not before muttering something about, some people can't forgive. The wedding planning continues for Kelsey and Dennis. She made a wedding website. The Our Story section is creative. Apparently they met when the stars aligned after toxic relationships. She refers to her past as learning experiences with narcissists. Dennis seems nice enough. Adrian actually knows him from some photography work she did for his school. Says he's sweet but naive. We're genuinely hoping it works out for them. But last week, the universe delivered one final dose of poetic justice. Remember the ring I'd bought for Kelsey? The one she demanded in her texts? I'd returned it months ago, taken the loss, moved on. Used some of that money to buy Adrian's ring. Smaller, simpler, but actually meaningful. Well, Kelsey's sister Emma reached out to Adrian. Turns out Kelsey had been telling Dennis that I'd stolen a family heirloom ring from her. That her grandmother's 3-carat diamond was sitting in my apartment. Dennis, being a good guy, offered to buy her a replacement that would be even better. Emma knew this was bullshit. Their grandmother is alive and wears her rings daily, but kept quiet until she saw what Dennis bought. A 0.5-carat ring that he went into debt for because Kelsey insisted she needed at least 2 carats to heal from the trauma. Emma sent Adrian screenshots of Kelsey crying to their mom about the tiny ring and how she deserved better after everything she'd been through. Dennis found out about the lies last Tuesday. The wedding is off. Kelsey is back on dating apps with a bio that says no time for games. Previous engagement stolen by a bitter ex and his homewrecker girlfriend. Looking for a real man who can handle a real woman. It's been 24 months. She still hasn't replaced me. Not because I'm irreplaceable, but because she never saw me as a person to begin with. Just a role to be filled, a checkbox on her life plan. Adrian and I are getting married next spring. Small ceremony, close friends and family, no PowerPoints, no Instagram lives from the lobby, no self-marriages required. To everyone asking why I didn't see the red flag sooner. I did. I just thought loving someone meant accepting their flaws. Turns out there's a difference between flaws and fundamental character issues. Kelsey, if you're reading this, and according to Emma, you check my Reddit daily, your 24 hours ran out 730 days ago. Maybe it's time to stop counting. Also, Dennis is a good guy. You should have tried actually caring about him instead of what he represented, but that would require seeing people as humans rather than accessories. Oh, and one more thing. Adrian wasn't secretly in love with me to hurt you. She was secretly in love with me, despite being your friend. There's a difference. One you'll never understand. Peace out. Going to water my herb garden and cuddle my cat with my fiancée who sees me as a person, not a placeholder. Edit. Stop asking for Kelsey's YouTube channel. Let's not brigade. Also, she deleted it after the 50th 24 hours girl comment. Edit 2. To everyone saying this is fake because no one would marry themselves, Google it. It's a real thing. The world is weird. Edit 3. Dennis reached out to thank me for dodging a bullet. We're not becoming friends or anything, but I wished him well. He's dating a nice girl from his study group now. Kelsey found out and posted about betrayal in the medical community. The delusion continues. Edit 4. For those asking, yes, the herb garden is thriving. Dumpling hasn't eaten any of it yet. Life is good.